Hello and welcome to the 73rd Members Meeting at the Goodwood Racing Circuit. This is a fantastic event. I'm doing some racing. I'm going to take these off because I'm told they're not very 80s. So this is not the revival, this is a newer period, a later period, reaching into the 80s. So I think Oakley's frog skins probably fit the period, but they're a bit leery and you can see Neil in the reflection. So let's move them there and go and have a look at one of the cars I'm racing, a Rover SD1. Tell me Rover SD1s are not cool. Look at this. Check that out. Patrick Motorsport, 3.5 litre V8. It's before they became silhouette racers and a bit too clever. It's a normal racing car. It's basically a street car with a lovely free revving V8 in it. We had a little problem this morning in qualifying, so I only did 1.5 laps, but the car felt good and I'm comfortable with it, and my co-driver Chris Ward is nothing quick. In fact, he won the race here last year at the first of these recreation members meetings, so no pressure there then. I think we can't beat the Camaro. There's some more Rovers out this year. In fact, the whole grid is a bit faster. Get my excuses out of the way. Can't wait, and it's lovely and slidey. When you see the onboards, it just comes out of Lavant with a little bit of lock on, and then you just grab another gear and it's a bit like this. So I think it's great to see this era of touring cars out and about, and I think this is the growth area now, because honestly, when you see the race with all these things firing up, you're going to enjoy it. Let's have a little poke around the car, shall we?
This is the ex-Patrick Motorsport SD1, and it's now owned and run by JD Classics. It's a very simple machine. A modified 3.5 litre V8 gives around 280 horsepower to the rear wheels. The shell's been strengthened wherever possible, and there's obviously a roll cage. The original brown velour interior is mostly in place too. I have never driven a cooler racing car than this.
Come and have a look at the other car that I'm racing, which is the 911 that you might have seen the video on. But we can walk past some cool stuff on the way. As ever at Goodwood, there is just a remarkable amount of metal on display. Dolomites. There's this Camaro, which I think is going to be a problem to beat. But there's some stunning machinery.
I mean, where else do you get to see high airbox F1 cars running fast, McLaren F1 GTRs dicing on track, and Group C racers going at serious speed? And the fastest race mini imaginable. You'll see more of that later on. I know I'm biased, but Goodwood is just the best place for this stuff.
Right, come over to the other paddock then, Neil, come on. Come on. Right, go around that way. So, here we are in the inner sanctum. A very different driving experience. This is the little 911 short wheelbase car owned by Howard, and it is beautiful. We've got the onboard camera system for the live feed, which seems to weigh about 4 tons, so more excuses from me. So yes, it's going to be a baptism of fire, but great fun. So have a look around this car now, because it really is beautiful.
This is an entirely roadable 911. There's a full cage and all the necessary safety kit, but the motor pulls from low down and makes around 175 horsepower. The front runners are closer to 200 horsepower, but with a little track knowledge I was hoping I could at least boss the midfield runners. And then I qualified the thing down in 9th. A full 4 seconds off the pole time of Andrew Jordan, but the rotor arm cover had worked itself loose, so we'd lost a little power. Lee Maxton Page had it fixed for the race, and I completely fluffed the start, missing second gear and leaving myself with even more work to do. managed to squeeze past a few cars on the first couple of laps and then settled into a good battle for 5th place. The racing was close but fair, and the cars just looked mesmerising, sliding through the fast corners. Mine was a complete hammer too, with a lovely neutral chassis and terrific brakes. History has it that early 911s are death traps, but this is one of the most predictable handling cars I've ever driven. We all diced and overtook and swapped places, and then Bill Wycombe went for a very brave overtake around No Name, left himself nowhere to go at St Mary's, and the resulting spin tripped up my rivals, and I snuck through into 6th place, which is where I finished. The John Aldington Trophy was a one-make Porsche race for pre-65 911s, and it was a very special event.